If you don't understand your risks, you cannot protect your business from criminal exploitation. Every business must have a documented risk assessment that identifies and assesses its money laundering, terrorism financing, and proliferation financing risks. We refer to these as MLTF risks. Identifying and assessing your risks is the foundation of an effective AML-CTF program, as it helps you establish risk-based systems and controls to prevent and detect criminal activity. The methodology you use must be tailored to the nature, size, and complexity of your business. There are 3 steps to conducting a risk assessment. 1. Identify. 2. Assess. And 3. Evaluate and prioritize your MLTF risks. To identify your business's MLTF risks and when they may occur, your business needs to consider and document the MLTF risks it may reasonably face when providing designated services. You must consider the MLTF risks that may arise from your designated services, customers, delivery channels, and countries you deal with. This step is important. If you don't know how you are exposed to risk, you may be leaving gaps criminals can exploit. The second step is to assess the risks you have identified. One way to do this is by considering the likelihood and the impact of each risk occurring. Likelihood is the possibility of a risk occurring within a given time frame. Impact is the consequence or damage if criminals exploit that risk. As part of this, you're expected to consider how easily criminals could exploit the risk to facilitate MLTF. You're expected to think about how each risk category could hide a person's identity or funds, how easy it is to access and use, whether it allows value to be moved or stored, and if it is already known to be exploited for MLTF. Based on your assessment, you'll need to rate each risk so you can see which require more attention. One approach is to use a risk matrix to help you determine an appropriate risk rating. You can then use a risk response table to document and score each of the MLTF risks you have identified and assessed. You can use any other approach more suitable to your business's requirements to assess your risk. Depending on the complexity of your business, you could include more risk levels. You must be able to explain how you assessed each risk and why your approach is appropriate for your business. The third step is to evaluate and prioritize your risks. This involves deciding how to respond to each risk based on its rating. For example, you'll need to prioritize high-rated risks and apply additional controls to manage or mitigate them. Lower risks may be managed with simpler measures. If you cannot appropriately manage or mitigate a risk, you are expected to consider whether it is appropriate to continue providing that service. You must regularly review and update your risk assessment to make sure it remains accurate as your business and its risks change. For more information about risk assessments, go to the AUSTRAC website.